This knowledge being spread. It's like warm butter across the bread. Smooth, I know you like that. Flow with the grain and don't fight that. You want righteous love, you found the right match. With Marty Mcfly, they on the right track. Yeah, gotta dig the dirt to plant the seed. Spread roots till you sprout like a tree. Donnie Jones, she the one you wanna see. Donnie Jones live, this is where you wanna be. It's Donnie Jones live, Donnie Jones live. It's Donnie Jones live, Donnie Jones live. It's Donnie Jones live, Donnie Jones live.
Hey, welcome to Donnie Jones Live. I am Donnie the Tree Lady.
And I am that guy, Marty McFly, that's learning new techniques to get out of tough conversations and tough meetings.
Yeah.
I'm learning. That's a good one.
Y'all should see how Marty messes with me behind the scenes. I'm serious. Marty messes with me behind the scenes, and it's not fair because I'm trying to be a professional and he being silly over here.
Anyway,
but welcome once again to Donnie Jones Live.
The show. For y'all that don't know, we do this show right now because of the pandemic. We do it on Zoom a lot. So that's why sometimes the audio, and Donnie likes to move to different locations and things of that nature. But here's a new tip for all of you that do meetings and have these conferences on Zoom. And sometimes they ask you those tough questions that you don't want to answer at the moment. Yeah. If you just stay still for like 4 seconds. If you just stay still and just don't blink or nothing for 4 seconds, they're going to sit here and hello? Did we lose them? Did we lose? Exactly. So I'm learning these new things. But anyway, that's some tips we can get into a little bit later on. But Donnie, how was your week or your last 2 weeks? Because
my week has been really good, really good. But I do want to give the shout out to the people in our community that have supported the show and that continue to support the show, and actually go to YouTube and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Donnie Jones Live. It's DONI Jones Live. Go like and subscribe and support us. And then also the radio stations that are carrying us right now. Want to give a big shout out to them, and give a shout out to you, Marty, also.
I'll take a shout out. Yeah.
And we also need to give a shout out. We're going to have lots of shout outs today to Vast Production, the company that produces the show. But anyway, How was my weekend? It was absolutely wonderful. Absolutely amazing. Yes. And I did not ride a horse this weekend because y'all, if you listened, I fell off a horse 2 weeks ago. For those of you that follow me on social media, and I've been on a lot of pain. But this last weekend, I did not ride a horse as part of my little routine of staying active. But I did go out to the Atlanta Beltline and get my walk in and everything. And then also this weekend was my anniversary.
Oh,
my wedding anniversary this last weekend. So
that's why you glowing like that. I thought it was the lights, but I see. Okay, that's why you glowing and everything. You represented it's your anniversary. That's why you didn't have to ride the horse, huh?
Anniversary, yeah. So 17 years, man. 17 years, and still in love with the man. He's a good man. So
that's a good man.
So we just, you know what we did? We actually went back to where we got married and just walked the grounds and stuff like that. So you can also see that on our social media channel. You can check out where I got married. It's a beautiful venue. So, yeah, it was wonderful.
Is he still in love with you after all these years?
Yeah, I think he's still in love with me. I'm in love with him, so I'm hoping he's still in love with me. But how was your weekend?
You know, my weekend was actually very interesting. You know, eventful, interesting, a little somber, a little bit. You know, I had to do a funeral the other day. You know, my brother-in-law's he made his transition, so we did his funeral. But you know, Donnie, funerals during this pandemic, or funerals just in general, are just going. They are so different now, and I'm serious. They are so different that you get in memorabilia from the funeral home now, the little trinkets. Yes. And I never went to a funeral home. We went to a funeral and got a keychain, of the person.
You got a swag bag at a funeral?
I got a swag bag at a funeral with the man's picture on it and everything, and his dates and everything. Like, every time I start my car, I don't want to think about this dude like that.
That's true. That is true.
I'm just saying, that's a little bit far.
Things are changing because of this pandemic, but we cannot choose to change our goals because of this pandemic. You know me, I truly believe that is what is for me, and that I'm supposed to be continuing on my journey. But ways of doing businesses has changed. I actually went to a funeral and people didn't know what to do because there wasn't the traditional, 3-hour long funeral where everybody gets up and speak. They weren't having any of that. And so some people were actually a little offended, but I ain't gonna lie. I was happy because we was in and out of that.
Most people, this might be the new direction of funerals,
exactly.
Because seriously, the funeral home was really like, flip it, come on, let's get it started. It was almost it was shorter than a dinner.
Absolutely.
Like if you go out to eat right now, me and you went out to eat the other day just to have a meeting. The funeral was shorter than what we did when we went out to eat.
Oh, wow.
I'm serious. And that was with a eulogy. That was with the prayer, that was with the song, and it was like quick, one stanza.
In and out, right. I think that might be the way to go. But you know what? If you've got if you've got an interesting way that things have changed in your life or things that you do have changed because of the pandemic, give us a call at 1-888-349-DONNIE. That's 1-888-349-DONI. And let us know about anything super interesting that's happened since the pandemic that you want to share with us.
Johnny, they usually take the casket out, slowly, and they have the two men walk with it. They just pushed the thing down the aisleway to get it down there.
They did not.
I'm serious. They had a little guy at the other end to catch it, and they took it outside, and they were just like, all right, that's the end. Ashes, and they put it in the hearse that was gone. Then they were setting up for the next funeral. I'm serious.
Oh my gosh.
I'm saying they are flipping it.
They was just in and out, as you like to say, flipping chicken. They was just
They really was. The one that I was at was at 10 o'clock. The other one was at 10:30. The one after that at 11.
Marty.
I'm saying they were, I'm
in and out.
They had, and this was a military one. So, military ones,
wow.
they play the taps to look, bam, bam, bam. That's all you got. That's all. You didn't even get the whole song. It was just bam, bam, bam. Y'all get the idea. It's like, really? You couldn't even just do the full song. We couldn't even kneel long enough. We couldn't even cry.
Right.
They're like, look, all right, y'all can do that.
Here's the thing, I bet y'all got in and out and wasn't sitting up there sweating for 3 or 4 hours at a funeral. But people standing there saying stuff about people that ain't true.
But what's
just because they died.
But everything is shortened except the cost of the funeral. It's like you still paying the same amount for a full time, a full funeral, but the short one, you still gonna pay the same. You still got the coffin. You still gonna rent our place. Like what that?
There you go. Speaking of renting places and people, and speaking of businesses that are still open and functioning during the pandemic, I have got to give a shout out to Black Dot Cultural Arts Center here in lovely downtown Lithonia. They are a bookstore. They're a cultural center. They have merchandise that honors people of color, specifically Black people. They've got a coffee bar. And by the way, I got a chai latte with almond milk.
Hey, do they have any pics with the fist on it?
They do. They do. And you know what? When you guys go check out our show on YouTube, you guys will actually get a chance to see a little bit, as long as Marty doesn't kill me, a little bit of the store. So that way you guys can go support them. So if you're in the Atlanta area, I want you guys to go to Lithonia, support the Black Dot Cultural Center. And as you can see behind me, you've got all kinds of art. You've got jewelry. It's just a beautiful place that honors our community. And I love them.
Do they have a website? Beautiful. Do they have a website, or do we need to get that on the next break that you can tell everybody?
What's your website?
Go to?
I'll get the website for you up in a few seconds. Like you was talking
to somebody just then, because you just said, "What's the website?"
Yes.
And it's like you just looked into it. And then
you know what? See, I work on the fly.
I know, but everybody else don't. You don't work on the Mcfly. That's me.
I'm gonna hurt you. Give me it's black.cc. And guess what? It's traditional spelling of black. So you ain't got to figure out how it's spelled. You know how to be like BLAQUE. So it's black.cc.com. BLACKDOTCC.com. And so check them out. And you can also check them out on IG at black.culture and Facebook, Black Dot Culture Center. And they're right here in beautiful downtown Lithonia. Go check them out.
Do they have some Murray's hair decks?
I don't know, but they do have they do have different lotions and oils and stuff like that.
It'll be in an orange can. It's the Dax. It's gonna be a big glob of that wax that men used to put on their hair.
I'm gonna hurt you, Marty. I don't know, but they've got beautiful. You got that curly hair. They do have that forehead.
They're gonna have to have some beeswax or something like that, you know, for my curly hair.
And they shout out. They've got things for black men also.
Oh, that natural herb kind of stuff for black men.
They've got They've got sliced bean pies. They've got vegan sweet potato cake. They've got vegan chocolate cake. I mean, and they've got a whole coffee menu with lattes, hot chocolate, cappuccino.
So basically,
everything.
So you saying basically we need to come down there and just do a whole.
Yes, I want you guys to. We need to come down here and do a live feed from here. I'm kind of doing a live feed, but it ain't the same without you, brother.
Yeah, if I had known, but we gonna talk about that later, you know, because we got an information line that you can always call 1-888-349-DONNIE. That's 1-888-349-DONI. When you want us to come visit your place, your establishment, we can do a whole live broadcast from there versus me doing one in my office and you out in the bout, you know. Just saying, I feel a little left out. Oh, they got man products here. Too bad you ain't here.
Oh my goodness.
You know, that's when you really feel like you ain't a part of the party.
But you are part.
I'm just saying the people
you are always part of the party. Always.
When you say surprise, I'm at the party. Oh, I didn't tell you. I want to surprise you. How you surprising me for me realizing that I wasn't invited to the party? You know, a surprise party that I'm not at. That is not cool.
It's fun, dude. That makes me think of something. Real quickly.
I was going. You know what? Because this seems like it's gonna be a good one. Let us take a quick break, and we're gonna come back. And we're gonna do it. Yeah. Because I want to know more about the place that you're at, the store, because I think it's gonna be a phenomenal place, and especially places that are open. And you know,
yes, and they are open.
A dashiki mask or something that I can.
They probably do. They got a little bit of everything,
man.
And
find that one out.
They got clothing, they got handbags, all kinds of stuff.
They got that good herb.
Marty,
okay, anyway, we're going to take a quick break. You're listening to Donnie Jones Live with the beautiful arborist, Donnie Jones.
And the beautiful operations manager, production guy. I just made operations up.
Right,
and Minister Marty Mcfly.
Look, we just going to take a break. You just kind of mixed up that whole image. We in Atlanta, you know that. I did.
You ain't an operations manager. But I'm saying you make things work, in other words.
Just hold
production.
That. We'll be right back.
Producer. I was looking for the word producer. Hey, this is your girl, Donnie the Tree Lady, owner of Don's Tree Service. Don's Tree Service has been serving the metro Atlanta area for almost 20 years. I'm a certified arborist, and we are fully licensed and insured. Call us at 770-413-TREE. We give free estimates, and we don't charge extra for cleanup. Don's Tree Service, that's 770-413-TREE, or visit us online at donstree.com.
It's not too late to file your taxes. Don't be afraid to file, even if you feel you may owe, because this may not be so. Allow TrueTax to give you a free estimated quote based on minimum information required on our app. Please download the TrueTax app from Google Play and follow the prompts and choose Killeen, Texas as your preferred location. Remember to call Sunny at 254-304-9416. TrueTax and Credit Solutions, always true to price and service. When you file with us, you will receive a free credit profile cleanup and a free one-document notary service.
First, people got sick and I couldn't go to school. Then another police shooting. My mom and dad were upset. It seemed like they were losing hope. But then I told them, don't worry, there's still hope.
Manna Publishing presents The House of Hope Story and Coloring Activity Book. It's 44 pages of inspiration with coloring activities to calm your mind and redirect your attention. Children and adults can use this tool to relax, focus, and best of all, be inspired to find hope. Get your copy today at mannapublishing.com. Please, don't you dare go in there. Don't touch that. It's an emergency. Germs, viruses, and bacteria are everywhere. And today, it can even be deadly. Don't go in there without protection. Pro Spray, Atlanta's antimicrobial system works. We have a 2-stage process that cleans and seals. You can open your store, church, business, and have a safe home, we have the solution. A protective covering, disinfectant, long-lasting solution, Pro Spray treatments. EPA approved, non-toxic, safe for families and pets. Contact Pro Spray Atlanta today. 833-776-7829. That's 833 Pro Spray. July and August special. Office 1,500 square feet or home 1,000 square feet, $349. EPA approved, non-toxic, safe for families and pets. Don't go in there until Pro Spray has treated your surfaces for your protection. Contact Pro Spray Atlanta today. 833-776-7829. That's 833 Pro Spray.
Now, back to more Donnie Jones Live with Donnie and Marty McFly.
Donnie Jones Live. It's Donnie Jones Live. Donnie Jones Live. It's Donnie Jones Live. Donnie Jones Live. It's Donnie Jones Live. Donnie Jones Live.
Welcome back to Donnie Jones Live. I am Donnie the Tree Lady. And I
am that guy, Marty McFly, trying to do what it do and just feel a certain kind of way because I wasn't invited to the man shop.
Okay, so the reason why I'm mentioning this, I'm not going to say who this happened to. Somebody I know said that they were busy, not busy, but that they were tired and was going to go home.
Right.
And so so a friend of theirs had called and was like, hey, you want to go grab something to eat, go do something. And that person said, well, I'm tired. I'm just probably going to go straight home from work because I've been working all day. And so, because my friend had been working all day. And so the person got another call for an event she forgot about dealing with her daughter.
Okay. Sound like you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
And so she went to I went to the event with my daughter.
Yeah,
My daughter posted something on Instagram.
Yeah.
We're all friends.
Oh.
I got a call the next day saying, if you don't want to hang out with me, that's cool. If there's something's going on. I was like, what are you talking about? She's like, I asked you if you wanted to go grab something to eat and hang out. And you said you were going straight home and go to bed. But then I see you and your daughters out with such and such and such and such. And, I just felt some kind of way about it. And I'm like, internet. But social media. But here's the thing, though. It was an honest vibe. We had every intention of going home and going to bed. But when I got home, my kids were like, we were supposed to go do such and such. So be careful with social media, y'all, because people will be calling you out on stuff that you're like, no, that's not what you think. It's not what it looks like. But to them, they feel a certain way.
No, actually, I've actually counseled two people last week about something very similar to that. That it's not a lie, but sometimes if you never fill in the blank, your mind assumes the worst. One lady who she had a cousin and a niece that were coming in town, and they called her and said, hey, we about to party tonight, go to the store and get us some drinks, and we're going to call you in about 30 minutes.
Right.
And they didn't. And she called them, and she couldn't get a response from them. And the next day, she saw them at a picnic and was like, what happened? Why did y'all just leave me out? She said she called both of them, and they couldn't pick up the phone.
Right.
And she was really feeling a certain kind of way, like they really hung out without her. But one of her cousins was like, really, what happened was I was driving for so long. When I got to the hotel, I talked to my husband for a while, and then I fell asleep on the couch. I fell asleep. But in her mind, y'all just don't like me. Y'all don't, want to be around me, and that's fine and everything. And it's interesting, too, because this is something that we do, and this is one of the counseling messages that I had to give to her, because the next week, the way I'm feeling, but the next week, they had a party or a get-together, and she wasn't invited, and she really felt some kind of way, about her.
But was it because of the way she reacted or the way she behaves in general?
Well, yeah, because that next day, like I told you last week when she confronted them, she went even farther and kind of had a bad attitude about some other things. Then she started snapping on some people, and then she almost got into a fight with her niece about some other issues, so they ended up breaking up the party. So the next week, they didn't invite her to the party, So because of that perception and that stuff that was built up, but then I had to kind of ask her, what part of that conflict did you play? Because a lot of times we're in conflicts that we act like or feel that I have no responsibility of this. Like your friend who did say, wait a minute, Donnie, if you didn't want to hang with me, like, Donnie, if you didn't want me to be at the store, you could have just told me. You know, I kind of feel a certain kind of way. And I know you have the same excuse. I didn't mean it like that. See what happened? Yeah. But now you have a track record. You're just doing this for everyone. Right. See, I see what happened. No. I just wasn't thinking about it. You got two friends that's feeling the same kind of way. Just saying, you know, I'm talking about me.
I think I only mentioned one though, so I don't know who the other person would be there.
I feel that way because you at a store that you didn't tell me about, and it's like I didn't mean to make you feel a certain kind of way. I just want to surprise you. You know, like how can you go to Disney World and call me doing a live remote, talk about surprise? I thought you'd be happy for us that I'm in Disney World.
Okay, but can I can I explain this? Okay.
Yeah.
For those of you all that don't know, Marty also we have a production team that Marty heads up for Vast Productions.
Company.
And they do all of our content, all of our shows, all of that, right? Well, Marty will put together these packages and commercials and things that pretty much honestly are a benefit to my tree service or a benefit to the show that we do together. And he'll like show it to me and I'm like, oh my God, that's amazing. And so a lot of times I feel like I don't always bring to the table some of the, I guess, creative talent that he has. And so I try to surprise him with little things to show that, hey, I'm being more creative too. And, you know, I'm looking out for our team and I'm trying to help with production and stuff. And the first words out of his mouth are usually not, thank you, Donnie, that's awesome. Usually the first words are, I don't like surprises.
Well, so, you see, here's the other side of how we work. See,
but I'm trying.
Right. But see, here's the thing. Sometimes people will bring a surprise, and this happens all the time.
Yeah.
I'm going to surprise you. I'm going to bring you some new work, some more work.
Oh.
And she's like, hey, aren't you happy? Because, see, now I'm going to take a whole bunch of videos. And you're
thinking about the fact how long it takes to produce stuff.
Right. And she's like, yeah, we can have this on in like, an hour, right? Can't we, huh? And I have no clue what she's doing, where she's at. I'm saying, I thought you were just running in your house. And I'm like, okay, well, that's what she's doing. She's running late. She's like, yeah, can I?
No, what I was trying to do is, you know me, I'm not a techie person. And I was having a little challenge connected to the internet and getting my stuff set up. Cause I did it all. This is the stuff that Marty usually does. So if you ever have a commercial or a documentary, cause he's also doing a Living Legends documentary right now.
Yeah.
That you can get involved in or have something done.
Community.
Call him. And you can actually use our main number, which is 1-888-349-DONNIE. That's 1-888-349-DONI and get in touch with him. So, yeah, I forgot where I was going with that. But yeah.
I don't even have a clue where you was going with that. But it is all good. But basically, sometimes when we look at conflicts and situations, it is we have some things to bring to it, okay? You know, and
that's true.
All surprises aren't great surprises. You know, I love what we do.
I'm sorry for creating more work for you.
No. But see, here's the thing. I want to make sure that we highlight the place that you're at right now.
Yeah,
you know,
I do.
The things I see, some pictures in the background that looks like they're wonderful that should be on my wall because I ain't got nothing on my wall.
You got a mirror.
I just got a mirror that was just there since we moved in here.
Yeah.
But there's things that I can see that's in the background right now that highlights more African Americans. And it's like that would have been great if we could brought the whole staff out there and got, you know, B-roll and you know what, in fact, we're gonna take a break in a little bit, not right now, but I wanna at least have somebody from the store on to talk about more about what the store is doing.
Well, you're in luck because the owner of the store is actually here.
Oh yeah.
Yes. Okay. And so we can make that happen, Mr. Marty Mcfly.
Hey, that's what's up.
But you know what? Usually in this segment, we talk about, you know what? We've had so much stuff to talk about that's just dealing with you and I and how we do business and life and all that kind of stuff. We usually talk about current events. Is there anything going on in current events that you wanted to kind of touch on?
You know, it is too many things in this current right now event life that you know, the one thing that I would say, and some people might get upset with me when I say this, and I know some people are going to get upset when I say this.
What are you going to say?
Some of these people that I guess all the protesters are around.
Oh, gosh, Marty.
It might be best if you was in that conflict, maybe for you not to really say a whole lot. If you just like, if you.
What do you mean?
like that little fella that got shot in the hospital bed. You know, just some things you might speak louder if you was quiet versus now show that stuff is boop up. Y'all need to do and yeah, but y'all, it's really real out there, dude, and this thing is hurting me like a dude, and it's like, hey, brother. They just had a march on Washington, kind of like because of your cause. Why don't you read a few words in the dictionary?
Even with that, Marty, I felt some kind. You know what? I don't want you pulling my card, so I'm gonna just leave it alone.
Oh, no, your card already gone. They burned that.
Yeah.
We already know.
I just felt like they could have did better on that one.
Who? Which one? The
March on Washington.
Or the March on Washington?
But I'm not. You know what? I'm not, because it would look like when they were standing up there at the stage. I believe MLK the third was standing up there speaking. And there were some guys behind him that were like pushing and shoving and kind of tussling with each other. Now this was a couple of weeks ago, so we were already moved forward.
Right.
But I'm thinking that there was a time when we had so much respect for our elders that all of them behind him would have known, let's give this man our attention. Let's honor our ancestors. Let's honor what he's got to say. Let's honor our community and put our best step forward. But then again, maybe the idea is that we're so frustrated with the way things are, we're not going to be nice about it anymore. So maybe that was the thinking.
Yeah. I just felt. I think that the problem is they didn't have any cops out there to like do. It kind of it kind of the yin and the yang. You didn't have no security barrier. So so that kind of it worked against us.
I think we need to change the subject.
Yeah, because I remember Al Sharpton saying, "Well, y'all stop pushing. Y'all let Nick. Whoa. Come on, Al. Watch your language.
Yeah, So did you see that?
Yeah, well, I saw. He didn't use the N word or anything.
He didn't use the right, but there was.
I don't think he did. I couldn't read his mouth. He had his mask on. So I couldn't. But the look in his eyes was like, "Don't." But
you knew what he was thinking.
He was thinking when they said, "All right." Say his name then.
The third kept his composure though, or at least it looked like the part that I saw.
Yeah, if you're a big guy like that, you can. Anyway,
oh my God.
If you got a comment or a thought, hit us up at 1-888-349-DOTTY. That's 1-888-349.
Are you gonna edit that out?
What?
Are you gonna edit what you just said?
He's a big guy. He is
a big guy, but
he ain't missed no hamburgers. Look, take a moment.
He ain't missed no hamburgers or sliced bean pies. Which, by the way, I want to tell you, you can get a Black Dots sliced bean pie.
Yeah.
And we're gonna come back.
You know what? Look. You are not the best salesperson right now.
Okay.
We're gonna take a break, and you're gonna bring them on, and we're gonna talk about it. All right. You're listening to Donnie Jones Live with Donnie Jones and Marty Mcfly, and we'll be right back.
We'll be right back. Yeah, y'all.
Donnie Jones Live. Donnie Jones Live. Donnie Jones Live.
Hey, this is your girl, Donnie the Tree Lady, owner of Don's Tree Service. Don's Tree Service has been serving the metro Atlanta area for almost 20 years. I'm a certified arborist, and we are fully licensed and insured. Call us at 770-413-TREE. We give free estimates, and we don't charge extra for cleanup. Don's Tree Service, that's 770-413-TREE, or visit us online at donstree.com.
Hey, write this number down, 1-888-470-VAST. That's 1-888-470-VAST. Have you ever thought about having a produced commercial for your next event? Your church anniversary, birthday, family reunion, or if you just need some production work done? VAST Productions can help. We're an audio video production house specializing in making your audio and video dreams come to life. Thinking about a family documentary or a church history story? Call us at 1-888-470-VAST. That's 1-888-470-8278. VAST Productions has over 20 years of production experience, and we're ready to work for you. To get started, just call 1-888-470-VAST. That's 1-888-470-VAST. That's 1-888-470-8278.
Hey, I'm Donnie the Tree Lady, owner of Don's Tree Service and author of From Failure to Fabulous. From Failure to Fabulous is my opportunity to share with you my trials and tribulations of growing a tree service or growing a small business and making it successful by overcoming adversity, and also giving you some tidbits on what you can do on a day-to-day basis to achieve your dreams and be the best that you can be. And you can find us on Amazon. You can go to Donnie Jones Live. Anywhere that books are sold, you should be able to find it.
Now, back to more Donnie Jones Live with Donnie and Mardy McFly.
Donnie Jones Live. It's Donnie Jones Live. Donnie Jones Live. It's Donnie Jones Live. Donnie Jones.
And we're back with the Donnie Jones Live show. And, one of the few times we are blessed in life, like right now, I'm kind of blessed in life that Donnie is going to be taking a back seat for a few minutes. And I'm thankful right now. So she's getting space. She's allowing space now for Miss Kim, who I believe is one of the managers at this wonderful shop.
Hi, how y'all doing? I'm Kim, and I'm a new employee. And I've become manager within a couple of months.
That means that you're good at what you do.
That's good. And if you don't become manager in a couple of months, that shop might not be there. Anyway, that's a whole different conversation. But Miss Kim, because look, I'm gonna be honest with you, and I'm gonna just put it on Front Street. I have no clue about your establishment. Donnie just kind of threw it out of left field. She showed up, showed me some pictures, and she in a nice place. I saw, I think, electrical equipment. It seemed like that to, I don't know, hair wax to, I see pictures. Can you give me a little bit of idea of what all do y'all sell and what do y'all are here for in a sense?
Okay, all of the books are, majority are written by Blacks. Everything in here is actually handmade by Blacks. We have pictures on the walls. They're made by individuals that come through, daily, weekly. We have earrings. We have shea butters and oils that are made. We also have a natural beard balm for men. We have jewelry, vegan cakes. What I like most about the shop is that the people that come in, it's a really good vibe. Yeah. And you have a lot of older gentlemen that come in here. You have a lot of young people between the ages of 30 and 40 that come in, and they read a lot. A lot of young men come in, and the older guys will sit down and talk with them.
Yes.
And teach them and share with them, tell them what they need to read off the wall, give them good direction. And I just love it. Back in my day, I'm like 59, but
you are not.
Yeah, I'll be 60 next month.
You look good.
I'll be 60 next month. But back in my day, a lot of kids didn't get that one-on-one from an elder and say, hey, this is the direction you should go. And I love that vibe in here. And it happens every.
That is so cool. It's something that I would love to foster, and I'm assuming this is a smoke-free area. So, because I know in our community, sometimes when you really sit down with people, sometimes you got to pull out the peace pipe. But this is just an open area that people can talk to.
Yeah, they come in and sit down, and you can get food from next door at the vegan restaurant. Come in, sit down and eat your food, read a book, and we are smoke-free, but we do have hookahs.
Oh,
yeah, they have hookahs.
We have a little hookah corner over here.
Oh, and you can bring your own hookah stuff. Oh,
yeah.
I'll see. Okay, first tell everybody. You can tell everybody how can they locate you, where you located at, and you have a website.
Marty wants to know exactly where you're located. No, just
we're located
really.
6984 Main Street in Lithonia, Georgia.
And just for one more time.
6984 Main Street, Lithonia, Georgia.
Okay,
so 9 to 6. Sorry.
All right. No. From what 9 a.m. to 6.
9 to 6, Monday through Friday, 10 to 6 on Saturdays.
Okay, I know you're about to become a manager, but I'm gonna just throw this bug out there between you and maybe the owner, and we just gonna put it on blast. And if anybody comes to the shop and say that they heard it on Donnie Jones Live, something tells me y'all might give them a 5 or 10% discount on something, maybe a hookah or something. But we'll talk about that. Just throwing it out there. If y'all hear about it,
I'm sure he can work something out with you.
He can work something
Don't
out.
put her on Front Street right now.
I said I wanted them just to think about it, just something that you could bring up as a new manager. Like, it would be a good marketing thing if we, did that. If they heard it on Donnie Jones Live, it might, I'm trying to give you some, little.
I got you.
I
got it.
We did. Now how long have y'all been open? Do you know? How long have the store been in Lithonia?
He's been here 3 years.
Okay. Now, and how has this pandemic, how has it affected, business? Are y'all just reopening, or did y'all take the close for a minute, or how was everything going with that?
No, he didn't close. And actually, after all the things that's been going on with the murders and things, business has picked up.
Yeah.
I wonder why. Do you have a whole lot of Black Lives Matter shirts in there?
Not actually Black Lives Matter shirts, but we have a Think Black shirt.
Yeah, I got all Lives Matter shirts in there.
Support your local businesses, and we also, it's the books. They're actually buying the books.
Okay.
The history books, the destruction books of Black slavery, and all that. They're buying all of that.
That is something that we do need to read more. I'm saying, all joking aside, learning the history so we don't have to repeat it. And knowing, really what's going on and how do we get here, and they also used to say, if you want to hide anything from an African American, put it in a book.
Oh, that's true. They used to say that.
A lot of times we don't like to read, but having something, but if you think about it, a lot of times during those days, we didn't have anything that we read that was for us. Nothing that communicated to us. So I think it is a great benefit to have, things like that. Do I have any books about all lives matter?
No.
Yes, in the books, if you read, all lives matter.
But
right now, it's Black Lives.
Black Lives Matter, right.
Once again, guys, you're listening to Donnie Jones Live. We are here with Kim. And she is the manager of Black Dot Cultural Center here in beautiful downtown Lithonia. And we want to make sure you guys come and support her. You can finish up the party.
Yes. Come support, and not just being honest. Don't go in there just to take a hookah and read, on free time. Buy a book, buy a picture, buy some beeswax for your hair. Do you have any masks that, are unique for African Americans now? Because I'm looking for a unique mask. I ain't sure exactly what I want.
Big black mask with the fist on it. We have some red, black, and green ones. We have black and white ones, black and gold, black and silver. We also have masks that has African material on one side and black material on the other side.
Oh, well, since Donnie is there, Donnie, go ahead and surprise the brother. Like you like to, or just pick me up one or two of them. I want the whole wrap though, around the whole neck, the whole wrap. I don't even want my throat exposed. I want everything covered. Just to feel I want to be safe. People got hot necks or something. I don't know if that's contagious.
Should have warned you about it.
I'm just saying, I just want to be on the safe side at all times.
Yeah.
So, absolutely. And then I hear, Donnie, you're bringing your book. They're gonna have your book in there too, right?
You said I can bring my book, and they will be carrying From Failure to Fabulous by Donnie Jones, which is a little of my story of overcoming adversity and building my company here in the Atlanta area. And I just think it's a great how-to for anybody that's been through challenges, and they get to a point where they just feel like they can't go on, and somehow they find something, they tap into something. I call it God. And they're able to take their lives and their businesses to the next level. So check out From Failure to Fabulous. It's a real woman's journey to life.
She relates to the American struggle with, the black and life, aspect of everything, and how she lived with that and deals with that. And it's very, very, very interesting. I read the cover. It is very good. I can't lie a whole lot. I'm just said it's an interesting cover. It's I bet you'll learn a lot. But Kim, I'm so glad that you are a part and you are allowing us to learn more about the business and what he's doing. So just curious, how do you feel of this you know, being in, and I'm kind of going out of the store a little bit, but you as an individual, what do you feel right now the world should be, or the America should be doing right now? What's the voice out there that you would say your position on this?
That's a question for me. Oh.
And ain't nobody gonna boycott you, you know. Just
nobody. Yeah, I know.
Right? You know, if you don't worry about that. And if you cuss, you know, get excited because I'll beep it out. You know, we got you covered.
Well, right now, I think we all need to come together, and you know, right now I'm learning some history that I didn't know. So, but I think we all need to come together, and if we come together, then things will come out better for us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We need to all vote, of course.
Yes.
Yes.
Definitely vote, and because things need to turn around.
Yeah. And and right now I'm saying it doesn't matter who you vote for, as long as you vote blue, you know. But it just, you know, just making sure that we make some change. Donnie, you'll get that later. You know, it's an interesting thing of trying to bring us together. But like, I kind of like what some of the football players are now doing, because, you know, they tried to have the Negro African American song, you know, lift every voice and sing, and the national anthem. And what they're saying is, you know what? That's not really solving the problem. That's like, so they're like, we're not even going to come out, you know, of the locker rooms because we don't want to praise one and denounce the other.
Right.
Or, you know, so it's a thing where I agree with you. It's time for us to come together, but how do we come together, and what do we do to come together?
We have to just keep at it, because in all things, if you keep at it, it's going to eventually come to pass.
Yeah.
You know, so if we all stick together and just keep at it and just keep moving forward, keep pushing that we matter.
That's right.
Yeah.
Then it's going to eventually happen.
Right.
And all things take time, but we just got to keep at it.
I agree.
Yes. Tell them one more time, how do they get in contact with you, or the website, and of course the location?
We're at 6984 Main Street, Lithonia, Georgia. You can reach us at Black Dot CC. Read it for you.
See, I don't feel bad. I've been doing it, Donnie Jones.
Black Dot Cultural Center. Facebook, Black Dot Cultural Center.
Okay.
And there's an info at black dot spelled DOTCC.com.
Thank you for spelling that, because I'm telling you, there's sometimes we have guests on the show.
When you know Black Dot is spelled out DOT.
DOT. Okay.
Yes.
Wonderful. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll come right back. You're listening to Donnie Jones Live with Donnie Jones and Marty McFly. We'll be right back.
It's Donnie Jones Live, Donnie Jones Live. It's Donnie Jones Live, Donnie Jones Live. It's Donnie Jones Live, Donnie Jones Live.
Hey, this is your girl, Donnie the Tree Lady, owner of Don's Tree Service. Don's Tree Service has been serving the metro Atlanta area for almost 20 years. I'm a certified arborist, and we are fully licensed and insured. Call us at 770-413-TREE. We give free estimates, and we don't charge extra for cleanup. Don's Tree Service, that's 770-413-TREE, or visit us online at donstree.com.
It's not too late to file your taxes. Don't be afraid to file, even if you feel you may owe, because this may not be so. Allow TrueTax to give you a free estimated quote based on minimum information required on our app. Please download the TrueTax app from Google Play and follow the prompts and choose Killeen, Texas as your preferred location. Remember to call Sunny at 254-304-9416. TrueTax and Credit Solutions, always true to price and service. When you file with us, you will receive a free credit profile cleanup and a free one-document notary service. Thank you.
First, people got sick and I couldn't go to school. Then another police shooting. My mom and dad were upset. It seemed like they were losing hope. But then I told them, don't worry, there's still hope.
Manna Publishing presents the House of Hope Story and Coloring Activity Book. It's 44 pages of inspiration with coloring activities to calm your mind and redirect your attention. Children and adults can use this tool to relax, focus, and best of all, be inspired to find hope. Get your copy today at mannapublishing.com.
Now, back to more Donnie Jones Live with Donnie and Marty McFly.
Donnie Jones Live. Donnie Jones
Back to Donnie Jones Live. I am Donnie the Tree Lady. You're listening to me and that guy,
Marty McFly, doing what you do, doing what we do. But you know what? While you're there at Black Dot, what?
Black, you guys, we want to give one last shout out to Black Dot Cultural Center here in beautiful downtown Lithonia. I want to thank beautiful Miss Kim for joining us on the show today to give us more information about the Cultural Center. You guys, we need to support them. We should support them, and we ought to support them because they're supporting us.
Right. And while you there, you can pick me up something, a picture.
I am. I was gonna surprise you, but you said you don't like surprises, so I'm telling you, I'm picking you up something.
All right, so that works. That works. You know, I'm saying, yeah, that works. It makes me feel like you're thinking about me. Yes. Well, anyway, so Donnie, what are your plans right now? I'm saying, are you going to vote early? And I know you were talking about.
Yeah, I do plan on voting early, and I'm not afraid to vote by mail. But I do have friends of mine that are like, your vote's not going to count if you vote by mail because of the mail system being messed up. So I don't know. I'm
gonna just vote early. You know, I'm not gonna do the mail myself. I'm not gonna do the try to mail thing. I'm gonna try to do it.
Okay, well then I'll just go with you. I'll go vote early. Well, we're in two different districts, so yeah. I'll go physically vote early.
Yeah, and we had two different places. Yeah, I don't know if my community and
oh my God,
me and you probably vote two different colors.
Guys, you notice he says something similar to that every week. Every week,
sometimes.
He says something slightly similar to that.
Sometimes.
Every week.
True, sometimes true. You know what? It's funny. I was having a conversation with this lady. She was a chaplain, a Caucasian, and she was at the funeral that I was working at. And it's interesting because she said,
"Was she your sister?"
No, funny joke.
Okay, I'm just kidding.
Family members. Anyway, but I have nothing against it because I know I got that in my family anyway. But she said some things that made me really made me evaluate something with her because she said all of her friends think that she's a Trump supporter. You know, she said that they send her, you know, different things. They send her, you know, emails, and they, because she's a religious, you know, and a religious person, and they just assume that she is a Trump supporter.
Right? Isn't that crazy?
In my mind, I'm like, well, what have you done to change to
give them that assumption?
Right. You know, do you just agree?
And what did she say?
She didn't. I didn't. She started saying some other stuff that kind of made me really go a different way because she wanted to, and this is a true story. I am not making this up. I am not. She went on to start telling us that she was born in, you know, the 60s, and when she was growing up, she did have an African-American maid, and she, you know, but she didn't understand like the book, The Help. She's like, I didn't see it from my view. I don't see that going on. You know, when we sat down and eat, we pray for us, and we'd even ask Kathy, you know, what can we pray for her? You know, she would tell us stuff, and she felt while we was at the table, you know, she always felt like family there. And it's kind of like, now she's in a group of all black. This is a black funeral. You know, this wasn't no mixed, you know, all of these people black, you know, but she's sitting there, and it's kind of like, why would you bring this up?
I know. I know.
And then going to the point where all of my friends think I'm a Trump supporter for some reason, and I don't even know why they think that.
Yeah, I got a very similar story. We were in Bon Air, right? And we were vacationing with some friends. And one of the ladies I didn't know very well, but a lot of the people that actually work at the resort and live there in town are people of color.
Right. And
so somehow the situation with race came up. And so she goes, you know, I just don't feel like I've got she goes, I don't even think I could have a prejudiced bone in my body. She goes, you know, for example, the lady that pretty much raised us, because, you know, my dad traveled a lot, and my mom just wasn't there mentally, you know, and I'm telling you, she was just like my mom. I mean, she just was there. She cleaned the house. She was there every day. She was there. She made breakfast when I woke up. She was there after school. You know, she took me to my lessons. I mean, she was like family. And I'm sitting there going,
yeah.
Sounds like the housekeeper.
That was the maid, the housekeeper. Yeah. And that's the same thing. You know what this lady was saying? That Daddy went and picked her up every morning. And I remember when I was waking up, she was ironing our clothes for school and making our breakfast. But I didn't feel like she was We treated her wrong.
My favorite was this. I mean, we would invite her to family events. Now, there were some things I can understand she maybe didn't feel comfortable coming to, but we told her she could, because she's just like family,
The Friday night lynchings, I can understand her not wanting to come to that. But everything else at church, she could come. She sit in the balcony.
Invite her to the church, and I don't understand.
Right, she can sit in the balcony with all the other people that look like her.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, standing out. I don't understand. And it's amazing
to come through the front door. She didn't have to walk through the back door like the others.
Like everyone else.
He was actually welcome to come through the front door.
That daddy said that she was ours. He told everybody this is ours, so she's okay. She can come with, and we're making light of this, but it's sad that they do not see anything wrong with that.
Yeah,
that's regular life. They don't see anything wrong with that. Now I know we might get some text, some email.
We're gonna get some. I'm gonna get some text from
yeah.
But no, I will say
home and have a heart.
Here's what I will say. When I do these trips, I literally have to admit that they are some of the nicest, wonderfulest people that I've spent time with. Seriously, like literally, the people that I go on these trips with.
Like the one that they threw you in the water and said scuba dive?
No.
Oh yeah. They stayed.
Actually, I want to give a shout out to the gentleman that puts these trips together, Randy Terrell. He's an amazing man.
Oh no, yeah, every trust me, I
want you to go. I keep trying. Y'all, call in and tell Marty to come with me. 1-888-349-Donnie. Call Marty right now and tell
you. Look, if I go scuba, y'all gonna have to have a long tube for me. It's gonna almost have to look like a garden hose. All the way up, because I ain't gonna have no 5-inch, little holes that I just stick my face. No, I need to make sure.
No, you go up under the water. You have a tank on.
Okay. Is it a light tank? Because I don't weigh the whole. I ain't that strong.
No, they're heavy, but I mean, when you're in the water, the buoyancy, it kind of,
We'll work that out a little bit later on. We'll work it out. Trust me. Look, I am not fearful. I will do it. I don't have a problem with it. Just
okay, good.
Long as we got cell service there and I can take pictures and videotape.
It is one of the most beautiful places on the planet.
And ain't nobody going. And I want to make sure ain't nobody out there in that community with some tea saying,
no. So Marty, what else is going on in the world, man? We totally skipped over anything dealing with entrepreneurship, ministry, spiritual. Actually, do you have something spiritual for us?
Nope. No. Look both ways before you get, Well, I'll say, honestly, it's not really spiritual, but it's
Minister Marty Ringer.
Yes.
You have something spiritual.
But I kind of, sort of, not really, but at the same time, I would say this. It's better to be prepared and not have an opportunity than to have an opportunity and not be prepared. Always practice your gift. It's just like working out. You are working on muscle memory, you always look at spiritual memory and then also management memory, so it's like whatever you do, you got to do it again and again and again to get these practices up. One of the things that I did deal with in this funeral that I did at the end of it, it was a real quick service, so I wasn't sure about certain things, but at the end they said, come on up, and I'm like, well, what we doing now? I thought my part was finished, and they was like, well, no, you got to do the internment. It was like, you got to do the internment. For a second, my mind had to go there too until I saw the lady with the dirt, and she poured it on top of the coffin.
Gotcha.
I gotta do the so I didn't study on this. Where my book at? And I started just let me pray, oh Lord Jesus. And I'm thinking, Jesus, give me the words to say. But after practicing and doing these things so much and so long, the Bible said, I will speak for you, I'll be there with you and I will speak on your behalf. And, that's because when you work so much, when what you do diligently, it becomes in your heart that you just regurgitate what you worked on. So then just the words start coming out that was what I supposed to have said, the ash to ashes, dust to dust. Remember that you are from the dust and the dust you return. It's like, okay, that was fitting. And, in any situation, if you throw in the Lord's Prayer, you good, But it's a thing of always being prepared in whatever you do in life, entrepreneurship, tree service. I don't care if it's custodian work. I don't care if you're running a store. Have it in your heart the things that are in there, have it in your heart. So when people are asking you and you're confronted with people that are seeking knowledge, it comes out. You know, you can do what you are practicing to do. You know, so when you're managing your people with your tree service, you manage it with education behind you and what's in your heart. So, you know, just like you just put me on the spot, I practice so much so I can just regurgitate something. I can say something.
No, but you're flowing. You're flowing. And actually, you made me think of something pertaining to that. Okay, I think he's frozen. You know what? Okay, Marty's got jokes. He really does get jokes. And some of y'all are not going to get these jokes unless you watch us on YouTube, because some of them are visual. But he'll act like he's frozen, and then it throws my mind off, which is exactly what just happened. I had a point, but he threw me off because he acted like he was frozen. And part of me, it's funny because if he actually does freeze, it kind of freaks me out because I rely so heavily on his personality to do the show and to get feedback. And he knows that. He knows that. So
I had to get you back. I was saying we was wrapping up. It's like the end, you know, to the show. I just had to just show you my love. But you had a good point, you know, about whatever you was about to say.
All I was going to say is that stay focused on your goals. Do not let what is going on right now, whether it's this pandemic, whether it's things dealing with race, whether it's things dealing with your family, whether it's emotional challenges, stay focused. All this stuff is just a distraction, and this too shall pass. All of this will pass, but what doesn't pass is that little dream in your heart or big dream in your heart that you were put here to do. Yeah. That will nag at you and nag at you and nag at you until you accomplish what it is you were put here to do. Now, you can ignore it if you want to, but for those of that are awake and that are aware or whatever, and that are working on themselves, if you don't go do that thing that you were put on this earth to do, there will always be an uneasiness about your existence. So just stay focused on your goals, stay faithful in your spirit, and stay positive in your mind.
Yep, that's that. You know what? Right there, I'm going to park it. We can park it right there. That was a good thing to end on. And we can wrap it up and just say, you know, we love y'all. If you have a thought, hit us up, 1-888-349-DONI. Find us on YouTube, you know, at Doni, and subscribe.
And subscribe.
Want to thank
and check us out on iTunes. If you want to hear the show again, you can check us out on iTunes, because I know Marty is posting that and making sure it's up every single week.
Yep, and Donnie is paying the bill, so it's always have enough space to put up new stuff. So yeah, give a shout out to the Black Dot Cinema. Give a shout out.
And come check out Black Dot Cultural Center in Latonia. You guys, thank you for checking out our show. We want you to have a blessed and happy week.
Yep, we love y'all. Have a great one. You're listening to Doni Jones Live with Doni Jones and Mardy Mcfly.
See how that happens?
Yeah, you
all right, y'all.
Love y'all.
I love it.
Bye.
All right, y'all be blessed. Goodbye.
It's Doni Jones Live. Doni Jones Live. It's Doni Jones Live. Doni Jones Live. It's Doni Jones Live. Doni Jones Live.
Hey, this is your girl, Donnie the Tree Lady, owner of Don's Tree Service. Don's Tree Service has been serving the metro Atlanta area for almost 20 years. I'm a certified arborist, and we are fully licensed and insured. Call us at 770-413-TREE. We give free estimates, and we don't charge extra for cleanup. Don's Tree Service, that's 770-413-TREE, or visit us online at donstree.com.
We know that we're asking Americans to do a lot right now. So we're asking everyone to be selfless for others so that we can protect those who are most susceptible to this virus.
A question I often get asked is, why should young people care about the spread of coronavirus? Well, we know that people with underlying medical conditions over the age of 60 are at highest risk, but they've got to get it from somebody.
Social distancing is really physical separation of people.
It's what we refer to when we ask people to stay at least 6 feet apart.
Not going to bars, not going to restaurants, not going to theaters where there are a lot of people. It all just means physical separation so that you have a space between you and others who might actually be infected or infect you.
We all have a role to play in preventing person-to-person spread of this disease, which can be deadly for vulnerable groups. For more information on how you can social distance, please go to coronavirus.gov.
Trees in your yard are just too tall. Who you gonna call?
Don's Tree Service.
If the tree is in the street or the tree is in your back seat, who you gonna call?
Don's Tree Service.
When your tree branches begin to fall, it's only one company to call, Don's Tree Service. If you just need a little trimming or stump removal, we do it all. Don's Tree Service, 770-413-TREE. Fully licensed and insured, and we've been serving the Atlanta area for over 10 years.
Hi, I'm Donnie the Tree Lady, owner of Don's Tree Service and certified arborist. When it falls, you know who to call. Call for a free estimate at 770-413-TREE. That's 770-413-8733.
When it falls, you know who to call.
Don's Tree Service.